I want you to look. I just want you. I'll be danged. Look who has showed up.
We're on the air.
Look who has showed up.
It's me. It's me.
It's me.
Mr. D.
He's here because I've written an amazing song and I don't know how to sing, so he's going to have to do it. Right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
You wrote a song. Yeah. I was hanging out in the control room earlier a while ago. Which camera? Are we on this?
Yeah, we're on.
The
This
middle?
is a wide
Okay.
shot, and that's
Okay,
yours,
yeah,
that's
all right.
mine.
And I was trying to talk to somebody, and they wouldn't get off the phone.
So he wrote a song about
Yeah, I
it.
just sat there and wrote one right quick. On the phone again. I can't believe you're on the phone again. I know you're talking about me with your crazy friends, and I can't believe you're on the phone again. Hey, like them
I love
apples.
it. I love it. That's funny.
Anyway.
And I kept saying, shut up, it's business, it's business. And there he is writing
And
a
I
song.
said, what kind of business? She said, none of yours.
That's right. We are going to have the best time today because the temperatures are perfect, the music, y'all have no idea. He has finally written a song worth y'all listening to. He has finally written the song. We're riding up the road, and he was kind of like my gopher, and I'd say, I need to gopher and get a bunch of junk and haul it to the thrift store, and he'd gopher and he'd go get a truck and he'd haul it for me, and he'd
Come
do
to
all
find
this.
out, she just needed somebody to load it.
Yeah, right. So we've hauled all these loads, and in one of them trips to Morganton, his phone rings, and these people.
This is a true story.
Yes, these people.
Really, it is. It's a true story.
Actually want to pay this man to write a song, and he says, I can't do that. He said, I just write songs on tractors. I'll be riding down the road, and this song will just come to me. And I said, well, they said you need to write it. You can do it. And he looked at me and he said, there ain't no way I can write a song when somebody tells me to.
Never have.
Wrong. He just wrote an amazing
We
song.
changed all that.
Yes.
Yep.
Tell us about that song.
It's written about these beautiful mountains around here, but I had to mention Ellijay. You know.
He's the Ellijay boy, although
Yeah,
he may
and,
change from Mr. Ellijay to the
I may
Mountain
do
Man.
it. We just might change my name, but
Can you get a
don't-
big old beard?
Probably.
Wouldn't that be weird?
Yeah, no, I
would
can't
be
stand
weird.
beards.
No.
They itch.
No. Yeah,
And
no. We'll keep you Mr. Ellijay.
it's just about cool stuff we have in these parts, not just Ellijay. It's what's mentioned, Notley Dam,
yeah.
Notley Dam, and well, of course, Carter's Lake, and just cool stuff. The bright red Georgia clay. Where'd I get that one? Yeah, I know.
It's a good song, y'all.
It's a good song. I really like it. The more it came together, the more I started liking it. And I've let 3 or 4 people hear it there in the studio, and every single one of them says it's better than Welcome to Ellijay. I
Well,
don't know if I appreciate that.
I do. I think it's amazing. Because he said, I can't do that. And I said, yes, you can.
Yeah,
And you did it.
I did it.
You did it. Now,
Put the ink to it, I'm telling you.
are we going to debut it today?
That was the plan.
We're going to debut it today, and with it, we have some beautiful mountain pictures, and I think I would like to do the pictures first to kind of entice y'all, but also I have to shout out to Evelyn Calhoun, Scotty Calhoun, the Garden Club in Ball Ground, Georgia. What an amazing, amazing job y'all did. We fed candy and goodies and hot dogs and a whole bunch of other stuff and gave away Beanie Babies, gave away Hot Wheels, we gave away cotton candy. All you sugared up kids, I know your mama is mad at me today.
So
But yeah,
when was that?
Saturday.
Oh, really?
All Saturday we had the best time, and to the city of Ball Ground, thank you to everybody who was part of this. Next year it will be bigger and better. Last year there was 27 kids. This year there was 300 kids.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a growth. And we have to say thank you, thank you, thank you. We have some photos that we're going to share with y'all. And if your
You're
kids are
going to
on
love
there,
this song. This song,
are we
you're gonna
good?
like it.
Yay, here we go. And then you're going to get to hear, the name of the song is Mountain,
The Mountain Life.
the Mountain Life. So here we go. Isn't that gorgeous?
Is that where
That is that's actually in Pigeon Forge in that area.
It is?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And this is a precious, precious lady. They were at the dermatologist same time I was, and we both got. I got a biopsy, and they just got a couple of little things done, and then they went to the mountains and brought these beautiful, beautiful mountains in. And I just said, I got to do this. I got to share this. They
That
are the
looks like
sweetest
me.
couple.
Who is that?
They live in Mountain Brook. They're precious.
Mr. LIJ number
Jan
2.
actually starred in Smoke on the Mountain, and I got to laugh about this quilt, y'all. The weatherman said cold weather's a coming. I have 3 quilts on the bed now. 3 quilts. So when the weatherman says it's going to get cold, I get ready. There's our little display, and we had a little circus tent.
Where was this?
In Ball Ground at the Botanical Garden, and it was amazing, and everybody was so happy and so polite.
I still
the
got to
kids,
find you some coats, jackets.
yes, you do. I need lots of coats. Tonight, the temperatures are going to start dropping tomorrow, and these veterans who are cold, we need to be helping take care of them.
Let's do it.
But the kids had a blast. We had a ring toss game, and I will just tell y'all, don't tell the boys this, but the girls whipped them upside down with throwing the ring toss. The boys get impatient, and the girls just kind of do their thing. So, but we had a great, great time. And again, thank you to everybody who participated. Thank you to everybody who gave of themselves. The volunteers were amazing, and it was just fun. It was just a lot of fun. And you know, they had a contest for the cutest costume, and I'm not sure who won it, but you know, my choice would have been Xana Jordan, because Xana Jordan is our baby. But Xana Jordan showed up in a lion's outfit. It was 83 degrees. Now, the kid, I finally took it off of her because she was sweating like a little puppy that'd been running laps, and I said, this ain't gonna work. But it was so much fun. Had a rock painting station, had a face painting station, had hot dogs, had, what do you call that stuff? What do you call that? Cornhole. Yeah.
Yeah, throw the thing.
Yeah, I had that.
Yeah.
Just a lot of stuff going on, but kids had a blast. And honestly,
Lots of people?
Oh, 300 kids.
Wow.
300 kids, and a lot of them had 2 parents with them. So yes, a lot of people came
Should
through
have
Ball
called me. I'd
Ground.
have brought my guitar.
That would have been really cool.
That would have fixed it.
That would have been really cool.
You'd
That
had
would have
3
been cool.
kids.
No. It was so much fun. And my favorite costumes, I love that one because she was the little chicken and the mama was the Chick-fil-A cow. I
know
love
him.
that. Is that not
I know him.
precious?
Yeah.
Is that not precious? We just had the best time, and Ball Ground, you showed up, you showed out, the nicest group of folks, just amazing.
I
And
love
thank
Ball
you.
Ground. I want to go eat at that place there. Forgot
Which
the name
one?
of it. I don't know. I can't think of the name of it.
And Onyx, thank you to Onyx for letting everybody park in their parking lot. It was just fun. It was just absolutely fun, and everybody had a ball. That dude that had on the pink house coat, I just about cracked up when he walked up. Now, that's my favorite little girl costume. I thought she was the cutest thing. Mary Poppins, and everybody just really did a great job. And we had a drawing, and I gave away something, and she's going to come pick it up. And it was so funny because I put all the tickets in a box, in a vanilla wafers box, because I'd made a banana pudding and I had an empty box. Put all the tickets in there, and I go outside under the moon, and I shake. And when I drew it, I couldn't see. You know, I'm old. I couldn't see it. There's my Xana. Now, is she not
She's
precious?
growing. I haven't seen her in a long time.
Is she not precious? But we just had the best time. And when I drew it, I was out under the moonlight, and I'm trying to read the number, and I can't, so I have to go in the house, get the light, shine my phone on it to read the number. But we had a precious lady
There's a happy
who
grandmother.
won. There's a happy granny
mother.
who makes
You're
salsa.
a great grandmother.
Shut your mouth. I know. I'm reminded of that all the time. And Ansley's birthday was last week. Happy birthday to Ansley Elizabeth, who is truly the sweetest, best mama in the world. She is just, that baby is her life, and it's so precious, so precious. So we're so thankful. God has a perfect plan, and sometimes we look up and say, you want me to do what? Are you kidding me? And you have a thing about the good die young. So you said I'd be here how long?
You're
Betty
going to be
White died
around
at
a
100.
pretty good while.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw a friend the other day. He was coming in Mike's as I was coming out, and all of his brothers and all of his family is dead. And I said, "You know why you're still here, don't you?" He goes, "No, why?" He can take my jokes. He's good with it.
Yeah.
I said, "Because the good die young, they're all gone, and you're going to be here a while."
Yep, that's the truth. Well, last week we talked to y'all about something that I want to remind you, Peaks in Person, a university community collaboration, and this is Thursday, September 7th through November the 9th, afternoon sessions. It's University of Georgia, Blue Ridge campus, and I want to give you a phone number. If you want to call and get more information on this, you can call 706-946-5476 and talk to Jacqueline McKee, and she will give you more information. But it is so cool because you're an electronic quiz. I have this iPhone that I can do about 3 things that it does. It does about 60 things, but I can do 3 of it. You taught yourself truly how to master everything on your computers. How did you do that?
I'm just really smart like that.
Yeah, right.
Well, that couldn't be the answer.
No.
All I do is record multi-tracking in a recording program, and it's unlimited tracks and everything's there. It's really easy, but it's only easy if you know how to do it.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I reckon I just kept getting lucky, and I kept fooling with it and messing with it.
Well,
And,
you brought us something today that has been mastered.
Yes, fresh off the press.
Fresh off the
Mastered
press.
Friday, as a matter of fact. A brand new song.
And
The Mountain Life.
It is truly about the mountain life that y'all love. I've heard it. I absolutely love it.
They say it's better than Welcome to Ellijay. I don't know if I appreciate
I don't know
that.
about that.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I'm going to have to study about this.
It's pretty cool, especially if you've just moved to these mountains and you don't quite get the lifestyle yet. We're going to share that lifestyle with you.
How can you be Mr. Ellijay if everybody's favorite song is something else?
I know, it's going to be hard, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll get it worked out.
We'll figure it out. So here we go. We're going to treat
Is it now?
you. No, we're going to wait just a couple of minutes.
Oh, okay.
We are mastering today with we have one master in the control room today because we have one that's sick, and then we have one.
We
that's
see you in there, Aaron.
Then we have one that's babysitting. So we're going to have to visit with y'all.
Yeah.
I have to remind you, on November the 11th, Saturday at 4 p.m., Glory Bound Ministries does their 37th annual White Christmas. This last year, over 700 children in foster care had Christmas because of Bob and Linda Reese and all their friends who have given and given and given. You know how when you do music and you give it to the Shriners?
Yep.
Okay, you could do music and you could give it to this group because the Isaacs are going to be there. Do you know that the Isaacs are bigger than you are?
Way bigger.
Did you know that the Isaacs give of their time?
Do you know that I'm almost nothing?
The Isaacs are going to be there. The Isaacs give of their time.
You know,
John
I've sold, 23 copies of my...
Oh, hush. I've sold that many in a day, so hush now. But seriously, if you can help, if you are a business, this is tax deductible. Over 700 kids in the Cherokee County system are in foster care through no fault of their own. Maybe their parents have gone to jail. Maybe their parents, somebody passed away. Maybe they lost a job. Maybe they're facing health issues. There are a million reasons why these kids are in foster care, but over 700 of them will be served when you help us with this 37th White Christmas. So please get in touch with me, get in touch with Bob Reese. The event is at
What is
Stone.
it? Is it a...
Concert. And you can make a donation at the concert, or you can write me a check. You can write me a check, and I'll give it to them. But it's 5 Stones
Are they
Church.
selling stuff or just taking donations?
Taking donations.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, taking donations. And it's 5 Stones Church, 1358 Sixes Road, Canton. So if you're going down 575, you pass the Holly Springs exit, you go to Sixes, you turn to the right, and it's out there about a mile. It's a big church, seats about 800 people, and we'd like to have about 900 of y'all show up that day. Sadly, I probably will be late because Jen's
I can explain that
celebration.
one.
No.
I can
I'm
explain
never
that one.
late. I'm never late. I'm never late. Right. Jen's celebration of life is that same day, which is kind of weird that it's Memorial Day and there's going to be a whole lot of events happening, but Jen's celebration of life is that day too. So it's going to be crazy. But
Can I just cut in?
you can. Can you talk about this?
No, I want to talk about something else.
Okay.
We got plenty of time anyway.
Yes, we do.
Can you believe how old I'm looking?
I
Would
wasn't
you
going to
just
say that.
look at me? I mean, really.
He's funny, y'all. He's working on the new album cover, and he wants to look like he did when he was young. Well, when he was young, he had long dreadlocks, not dreadlocks, but he had long.
I had hair.
He had hair.
We shot the cover that we were going to use for that
With you and
single,
Astrid?
single welcome
And
to
he
LIJ.
calls and he said, "I look like an old man." I said, "You are."
So and I'm texting with Astrid. I'm like, "Can we do something different?"
Yeah.
She goes, "What? What for?" I go, "I look like an old man." And then you don't want to hear what she said after that.
And
but,
she laughed.
yeah.
Well, I think the cover's perfect because y'all together are magic.
There's some old man leaning against my truck.
I saw him. I've heard tell of that. Yeah,
Seriously,
yeah.
you get old so fast, and boy, I did too.
Yep. Yeah, well, we laugh because Betty White did television till she was almost 100. And every time I talk about retiring, then I think, well, I get bored. I need to keep doing this. And then y'all will stop me in Mike's restaurant, and people stop me and they say, "Where's Mr. Ellijay?"
I know that makes you feel a little better, don't it?
Yeah, it does. And
I was
say,
actually in Academy Sports
Yep.
over in Whitfield County over the weekend, and ran into somebody. I said, "How in the world do you know me? We live between Blue Ridge and Copper Hill."
Yep.
And
Yep.
"You're Mr. Ellijay." And I
Yeah.
go, "Well, darn.
Yes,
Come
I
over
am.
here in the middle of nowhere."
Yeah.
I got me some new shoes and T-shirts. I'd ruined all my T-shirts working on stuff. That's a very good topic for our show today.
Yeah.
Ain't it?
Well, y'all, I got to tell you the true life of Mr. Ellijay. His T-shirts, you can tell that he was a police officer at some point in his life because my daddy wore them white T-shirts.
Well, they're
Guys
cool,
who were
and I mean
cops,
literally. When the sun's out, it reflects the sun.
they wear white T-shirts. There's just a thing about it. So anytime you see him, he's probably got on a white T-shirt.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about it is he washes them and he hangs them out to dry in the sun, which makes them even whiter because the sun just makes things bright and beautiful.
Right, and I don't have a dryer.
He doesn't have a dryer. He doesn't have a dryer. He says dryers ruin your clothes. And
You're
I'm
gonna
like,
make me okay. You know all that lint that's in your screen in the dryer? That's your clothes, but
Yeah.
that's not the whole reason why.
he's cheap and he doesn't want to use
Oh yeah, I'm
electricity.
cheap. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. He
Yeah.
is nothing. He is not cheap. Trust me, he's not cheap.
Yeah.
But I laughed because the first time I went, you have one of those little wooden racks, and I went by the studio to film your band doing something one day, and your rack was sitting out there. I said, "What the heck is that?"
where I
Well,
dry
I'm
my
doing my
clothes.
laundry. And I said, okay. And it really makes sense because the sunshine really makes our clothes smell better, makes them look better.
Astrid came the other day, and she was coming. She just had arrived, and she got out of the car and walking in there, and she goes, "What's that?"
You
I
said,
said, "That's where I hang my clothes." She said, "You wash your clothes out here?" And I go, "Yeah." And
Yeah.
she goes, "Okay."
yeah, okay. Y'all just have to get to know him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we ready with that music? We're working on it. Okay, we've got just a couple of minutes to do that.
Yeah. Can we go back and talk about how old I am now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Seriously, when I see a picture, that's when it really dawns on me. And I don't know. Folks, I apologize. I really do. You have all these intelligent people on this show, and it's very interesting to watch. And Paul Kiker is the greatest.
He is.
And then-
And Paul
and you
Kiker
have
was
him-
just inducted into the Gilmer County Sports Hall of Fame.
Well, he should
this
be.
weekend
He
for
should
his
be.
skiing.
Love to hear him talk. I love to hear
Yeah,
him talk.
yeah.
And I'm sorry you can't say the same for me. But I'm here now, and there's this.
Music.
And, yeah, it's music.
Music. The music master. And when he said last night, the song is ready, the song is ready, I was excited. And so we hadn't planned him being here, but I'm texting back. I said, any way you could do the show tomorrow and bring that music? Yeah, he made it. And you took yourself away from sanding doors and
Yeah,
floors and
I was sanding doors.
yeah, and just showed up just like this. So it's so
Y'all don't
thank
know
you.
this about me. I'm a real whiz at making wood look real pretty. I can finish some wood for you.
He's also a workaholic, y'all.
I make it look pretty. I know how it's done. So one guy was telling me at the house, said, you do this and you do that to wood, you know, and all this. And I went, got out a guitar, and I said, you see this? Yeah, that looks wonderful. I refinished it.
I love it. I love it.
So he quit giving me advice on finishing wood.
I
right
love it.
there.
I love it. Okay,
I can do it.
let's talk a little bit about the last time we did a Heart of the Home. You came up with this idea to pick poke salad.
Mm-hmm.
And we picked it over at Harrison Park. And Harrison Park is available to everybody who wants to walk over there to hang out, to enjoy.
Lovely
this weather
place.
is perfect.
Lovely place.
But you know, in the last week or so, they celebrated that old barn that was over there. Did you know about that?
Didn't know it.
Well, they celebrated
Well,
that
they
barn.
should, because it's just lovely.
Over 100 years old.
Yeah, I know.
It's older than Dwight, y'all. The
Not many
barn is
things-
older than Dwight.
Not many things are.
It is. But if you haven't been to Harrison Park, tell folks how to get there.
Oh, it's right off McCutcheon. It's off, McCutcheon Street. That's it, eh? Yeah, right off
Leave
McCutcheon Street.
downtown Ellijay.
Go over the bridge right there. Let me tell you about that bridge here in a second. You go over that bridge at the primary school and turn left. Now, speaking of that bridge, there's a song that says, "The old wooden bridge I fished from is replaced with man-made stone."
That's the bridge.
That's the bridge.
That's the bridge.
I remember when it was wood and steel. Yeah.
Well, if you haven't
I
gotten to
didn't
know,
fish from it, but I made that up.
you did because you don't fish.
I
Yeah,
know, yeah.
he told a tale because he doesn't fish.
It's tail.
You know how you and I like the back road places. We like to send people on a back road. Well, there's a lot of people who come and visit LIJ and who never get out on the back road. But if you're out on the back road today, tomorrow, before the rain comes in, take some beautiful pictures and share them with me. I would love to share them with our viewers. Because if you live out on Doublehead Gap, or if you live on Roy Road, or you live out somewhere out in the country where people don't usually go, they usually go to town and to the apple houses, and then they get in their car and leave, and they really don't see LIJ, they really don't see Blue Ridge, they really don't see McKaysville. But if you get out on the back roads, a creek, fording a creek,
If you get to looking for Mr. Ellijay, you better check the back roads.
he's a fording a creek. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what makes these mountains so amazing. There are still places where you ford the creek. Now, a lot of the photos we've shared with y'all came from Tim and a drone and you out at the camp.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I've been taking some pictures. I've got some of amazing, it looks like quilted or something. The sky was real pretty. And I've been taking a lot out on these back roads too, so I'll send them to you.
There you go. There you go. You need to get out on the back roads. Now, Boardtown is one of my favorite roads. We ready? All right, you're going to get to hear the song.
What's first, Aaron? Is it I Threw Away the Rose or?
Mountain Life.
That's a good question.
Huh?
We'll tell you in a minute. It is. We don't know. We'll let y'all guess.
Once I lived a life of wine and roses, and I drank a lot back then for one concern. Success for me lay just around the corner. I thought my social friends would help me make the turn, and now I'm paying for wine and roses. A victim of a drunken life I chose. Now all my social friends look down their noses, 'cause I kept the wine and threw away the rose. Bottle take control of me. The turn I made was not the one I'd planned, and I watched my social standing slip away from me, while I watched the bottle slowly take command. And now I'm paying for the days of wine and roses. A victim of a drunken life I chose. Now all my social friends look down their noses, 'cause I kept the wine and threw away the rose. 'Cause I kept the wine and threw away the rose. Misty mountain, rainbow sky, a faraway look in your eye. Tell me, have you had enough? Traffic jams and city stuff. Don't you think it's time to go where black bears climb and waters flow? Hummingbirds out on the deck, propped up, and what the heck? You'll love how we live here in these mountains. Everything is gonna be alright, and we all wave hello here in these mountains. Good, we sleep well at night. It's alright, the mountain life. Trip to LIJ and see the bright red Georgia clay, from Notley down to Carter's Lake. All the memories to make, so much here for all to see. A land that We all wave hello here in these mountains. Life is good, we sleep well at night, and it's all right. The mountain life, it's all right. The mountain life. Y'all come by and see us anytime you can.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time, and delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, LIJ, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
The mountains are calling, and they're closer than you think. Farmers Crossing in Ball Ground offers creekside lots with homes beginning in the 400s. Walking distance to downtown shopping, dining, tennis courts, Calvin Farmer Park, and local events. It also includes a beautiful hike to Long Swamp Creek. Leave the car and the worries behind. Move in by fall 2023. Call Cherie Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
Georgia Medical Treatment Center now has 2 locations to bring you the high-quality holistic care you've come to know and expect. We treat neck, back, and joint pain with chiropractic care and injection-based treatment without the need for surgery or prescription painkillers. Our medical weight loss program can also provide relief while ridding your body of toxins, pounds, and inches while improving your overall health. Call today for a free consultation, 770-345-2000, or go online to georgiamtc.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Whether you're swimming in the sea, or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
That song.
I got good news.
I just want to go to the mountains now.
I know. One of the guys in sales just came in here, a special trip, to tell me he loves that song.
I love that song.
He was in there watching. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited to have some new music. He's worked hard.
And there's way more, and it's going to come real quick, okay?
He has put the pedal to the metal, because I kept saying people are waiting. They want this by Christmas. They want to give it as gifts.
I know.
So if you're one of those people who keeps calling me saying, we really want that music, we really want that music, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. We just have to get him to make up his mind about the cover.
Folks, I'm serious. It's just nearly done, okay?
Yay.
And it'll be on TV at her show here real soon, because I don't have to wait on the graphics and all that for that, see?
Right. And we want to remind everybody about the Kiwanis Christmas Parade. This is many, many years of them doing this, and this is just a cool thing up in the McKaysville, Copper Hill area. We did that last year. It was a lot of fun. Ron and Shirley came and hung out with us. and just had a good time. So if you are interested in doing the Kiwanis Parade, you can call them at, there are a bunch of phone numbers. I'm going to give you one, 706-851-5485. He's our buddy Howard Jabley, so call him and tell him you want to be part of this parade. The Jabley family is known far and wide from McKaysville, and actually Richard Jabley spoke last week at North Georgia College, at the University of North Georgia, not North Georgia College, at the University of North Georgia in Blue Ridge campus, and he spoke about the history of Copper Hill. Now, we have a little history that we heard tell last week that folks thought you'd had a little accident.
Yeah, my phone
and
blowed
that you
up.
was hurt.
I had like a bazillion texts and calls.
And?
The strangest thing happened, folks. It ain't even believable, but it really did happen.
It did.
Okay. Where was it at?
Highway 53 in Jasper,
Pickens
just
County, yeah.
outside, right at the city limits.
Okay. There was an accident. And I didn't know what was going on. I hadn't heard about anything. Everybody was just wanting to know if I was okay. And finally somebody sent me a picture. There was a candy car.
Just like, except the
Just
hood.
like my
Yeah.
candy, 57
Yeah.
Ford, red and white. Got in a terrible accident down in Pickens County.
Yeah.
And everybody thought it was me.
Yeah.
And
Wasn't him.
I didn't know what was going on. And finally, I think, my neighbor Donnie sent me a picture. And I like fell over when I saw that. Then I understood what was going on. Everybody's calling, my cousins, all my people.
2 antique cars, y'all.
Did they hit each other?
I don't know, but
How
one
did
was
that
over
even
here in the
happen?
ditch and one was on the road, and they both looked mangled.
I know.
But folks were thinking it was you, and you had texted me and asked about it. My phone was in the car charging, and I didn't know.
Yeah.
And so, anyway.
A
when
red
you-
and white 57 Ford
That's
got in an accident
treacherous.
down in, I know,
That's
in
treacherous.
Pickens County. And I can see how folks would think it was me. It looked almost exactly like my car.
Yep, yep.
Well, it wasn't me, and I hope the people that was in that is
Was-
okay. I bet the guy that owned that 57 Ford's not okay at any rate. He's probably really sad.
Let me tell you something I bet you don't know. At the Moonshine Festival in Dawsonville, there were more hot rod Fords and more Fords hauled moonshine than any other car out there. Do you know why? Those suckers were fast. They were fast, and they had big trunks, and the Moonshine Festival was huge, huge success. But I really, really loved, my mama had a 63 Galaxy black, cool car. One of those, it would have been great for moonshine. It would have been great for moonshine.
I love those old moonshine stories. I want to get some moonshiners on your show someday.
I would love to do that.
Wouldn't that be
I
cool?
would
Let
love
them
to
tell
do
what all
that.
happened and when and all that.
I have pictures of my granddaddy and his brothers who all made shine, and only one out of all of them drank. Somebody had to test it, I guess. And so Uncle Clyde did, but Uncle Clyde partaked a little more than he should have.
Yeah, a bunch of them did.
Yes, it wasn't like he was just
A
sampling
little
it.
bit more for Santa Claus, a little bit more for Santa Claus.
But if you haven't been to the museum in Dawsonville, they have a moonshine museum and they have a racing museum. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know.
So get out and do it. We've got
Yeah.
Dawsonville, we got LIJ, we got Jasper, we've got the Marble Festival. Tate Days are coming up this coming weekend in Tate, Georgia. Tate has redone the amazing, amazing depot. You've got to go and see that. That's one thing. The depot here is still intact, but Ball Ground lost their depot, and that was so sad because the depot's kind of that focal point
What, did they
in
tear it
town.
down or something?
Actually, somebody got it and didn't restore it that probably should have, and it, yeah, it was sad. It was sad. Can we talk about something that's very important
You know,
to
the
me?
track that took my dad to war still stretches by the depot like so many years before.
I've heard tell that because
Right
I've
here
heard
in
that
LIJ.
song.
Let me say this. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for pushing my music. Thank you and thank ETC.
It's pretty good
y'all
stuff.
are, you know, and please don't ever think that I think I'm hot stuff. I realize I'm nothing. I'm nobody. But it's nice to have my music heard, and thank
It
you.
is, it
Thank
is.
you for listening too, folks. Thank you.
People love your music, but the one thing I really, really love about what you do with your music is you give and you give and you give. And we can't do a show with Dwight without saying something about special friends. This year, they
They're
will
my
all get a new
buddies.
CD.
They will.
they will all get a new CD because a new CD is being mastered and it's going to have some really cool stuff on it. Now, can we talk about the songs that you did? That
Okay, well, I've made some more. I've changed my mind some since I talked.
no.
Yeah, I've
What's
been
he
studying.
done now?
Yeah.
What have you done now?
I'm going to. I got 2 or 3. I got 1,000. I got 2,000 or 3,000 original songs laying around that's not finished. But I got about 2 or 3 that I'm looking at. I'm going to record those fellas and add them to another 7 that I already have that are already recorded and mastered, by the way. I'm going to add those to that, and I'm going to make another original album. You know, Welcome to Ellijay is an original album. I wrote those songs. And so I'm going to make a second original album, and I'm going to take all those other songs like, what was that you loved? The
Limousine.
Home Again and
Oh,
Back
yeah.
Home
Oh,
Again,
yeah,
Country
yeah, yeah.
Roads. And,
Country Roads.
And I've done Cats in the Cradle by Harry Chapin. That is probably my favorite of all.
That's crazy.
And I'm going to take all of those kind of songs, and I'm going to add them to Ball Hootin'. And Ball Hootin's going to be a whole lot of songs. Now, I looked at it last night. It's going to be like 18 songs, and yes, they'll fit, barely. I got them on there. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to make Ball Hootin' way more involved, and I'm going to make another all-original song album. So I think that's a good idea. You like that?
I think that's a great idea because there are songs on there that loved, but then there are songs on there I'm thinking, I wish there was something else. I wish there was a little more. I wish there was a little something different. So it's going to be amazing to remake that one.
Ball Hootin' has all been remixed and remastered, and it's just songs that I loved and played all of my life. I hope you'll like a bunch of them. I think you already do. It's Give Me 3 Steps. It's Memphis, Tennessee, Cats in the Cradle, you know, John Denver, and a bunch of cool stuff like that. Some Rolling Stones. And the Rolling Stones have a new album. They say it's good. I got to listen to that.
We're going back to age again because I think about this a lot. You have had several careers that spanned many years, but you had one career that was 41 years.
Yeah.
And you started very, very young. Today, they can't even get school bus drivers. You were a bus driver, but you also had a couple more jobs at the same time.
Yeah.
That was pretty
all the
hard
time,
to do.
yeah.
And at the same time, you got yourself an education in between those jobs. Now, tell me why it was important for you to have your GED.
Well, I'd already been thinking about trying to get it. And I'm saying this, folks, to encourage you. If you're thinking about getting your GED, listen, I am living proof that you can do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am proof. And I know that's not an outstanding accomplishment of any sort, and I'm not trying to brag about it, but I did do it, and you can too, okay? If you're thinking about getting your GED, work on it. You can do it. I did in 1984. I had to have it before I could start to work in law enforcement. So I just went over and got that took care of.
You didn't take a class, though.
No, I didn't.
See,
I was
now
talking.
you have to take the class.
I know.
You
didn't have to then.
Yeah.
You could just take it, you know. And I was talking to Mr. Clampett, Mr. Wesley Clampett, I believe was his name, and he had me lined up, and he was going to tutor me in the evenings and help me go get ready to go take the test. And I went. I got to thinking, studying. Yeah.
He studies a lot.
Yeah, I got studying about it. I didn't study anything. I just studied about it, and I thought, well, first of all, why don't I go over there and just take it and see what I'm lacking in, and then I can know what I need to study. And so I went over, and it was 9 tough hours, okay? I'm one of the very few that passed that day, okay? There was 30-something of us in there, and he was turning them out left and right and telling them what they need to study and this, that, and the other, and I said, there's no way I'm going to pass this. It's probably the worst day I can ever remember, I swear. 4 hours, lunch, and 4 more hours is what I did. So I took it real slow and looked at everything my way of looking at things. And if I didn't go up there and handed it in, and I passed, okay, not only did I pass everything, that is, I got about a meter. It's funny how they were scoring it back then. It may still be, I don't know, but
I don't know how
it was like, I think, 25 to 75. I may have that messed up, but it's something like that. And I came in at like 51. I got like a medium score, and I swear to you, I didn't study a thing. I've learned so much since I quit school. I'm ashamed of that, but I did. I quit school, but I've learned a lot. And the point is, you can do it. If you want to get your GED, and I recommend you do, it'll get some opportunities going for you. You can do it. You can. If I could do it, anybody can. Okay, anybody.
And in our community, we have technical schools that are offering classes. We have it, it's available here in Ellijay, over here at Core on the river, and then it's available at Chattahoochee Tech in Jasper, and then they have this not Mountain Ed, but I think it is Mountain Ed, but you have to be under 24 years old. You can't be like I called about somebody the other day, and she's in her 40s, and she couldn't do it. She had to come here.
I was 28.
28, yeah. But they cut it off in Jasper at 24. But then there are other places at Chattahoochee Tech where you can take the test. And it truly, I mean, it is one of those things when you go to fill out a job application and it says must have a high school diploma, you have to have your GED, but it is achievable. You can do it.
You can do it.
My favorite
don't
thing,
go in there hurrying. Don't go in there rushing. Make it an all-day event. That's what I did. It was coming 5 o'clock, and I thought, I ain't even going to be finished this, but I did. I finished it, and I passed it.
And did he
I still
grade
got
it?
that. He did, right there.
Right there.
Yes.
See, boy,
and I've still
wow.
got my form that he filled out and gave to me, and it gives my score down there. I've got it up there in the bloody Red Baron.
So you couldn't have gone to the police academy without that?
No.
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 So you have this
And it's
career.
helped out in a whole lot of other areas too since then.
Sure. And then you took some college courses.
Well, just the mandate.
Yeah, what you
well,
had to have.
actually, a little past that, but what you have to have for, let's call it mandate for law enforcement training. But I took some beyond that too. Not much. I'm certainly not on here trying to brag, okay? I've done nothing. But if I can do what I did, you can too, so hit it.
He makes fun of himself all the time, but you quit school in the 8th grade. Is that right? 8th grade.
Yeah.
And that's like middle school. So, and then he went to work, chicken plant?
Yep.
Okay. 3 places I can't work. The chicken plant, it would gag a maggot. I cannot do it. I admire anybody who can work at the chicken plant because I can't do it. I cannot work at Subway because I get nervous. People watching me, they get in a hurry, they're in line, and Ed Singleton used to tell me this test. He'd say, you just look at the person in front of you, you concentrate on making their sandwich, it makes me a nervous wreck. I couldn't work at the Waffle House because I hate when they call out those orders.
I can't understand what they're saying, Lord, what am
I don't know why they do that. Why don't they just lay the dang ticket down, fix the food, and hand it to the people? I don't understand that concept.
It is a good show, though.
I guess it's fun, I guess. But 3 jobs I could never do. And then I thought of another job. Never could I ever even think to crank a school bus and drive a school bus for 41 years.
41 years. And I've got relatives who have really big educations. You know exactly who you are.
Yeah.
And folks, seriously, I'm not trying to, come off as anything. I know, it's nothing, but all I want to put out is, if I can do it, you folks that are thinking about it and that need to have it done, you can too. Okay?
Right.
You can.
Now, to drive a school bus.
You know what I hear right now? I hear leaves hitting the roof.
I do
you hear that?
I do too.
That's so pretty.
Yeah. To drive a school bus, you have to have a CDL. So how do you get that?
You just have to go take the test, and you better study for that one. You won't pass it if you don't. They've got tricks in there.
Yeah, in today's world, to drive a school bus, you have to pass a test. You have to do continuing education. You can't just get on that bus.
Nope.
I know I couldn't do it. There's no doubt in my mind if they said, we're going to pay you $5,000 a month,
That
I'd just
test
say, y'all keep your
a
money.
long time ago was, I think, 180 questions. And I ain't kidding, they got traps all through it. They're finding out if you studied or not.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, you won't pass.
Wow. Had you ever driven anything as big as a school bus when you had to do the CDL?
I had not.
Were you?
I remember I took the test. Clyde Wimpy took me up the road there in an old bus that was horrible. A 68 Ford manual steering, manual transmission, and vacuum brakes. And we took me up to Richard Gaddis's and turned me around. I thought, you can't turn a bus there. But I did. And we come back down, and I'll never will forget what Clyde said. He said, if you can drive that, you can drive anything.
And you said?
And I got out, he said, you got the job.
And you said?
Just those leaves.
Yeah,
And
listen, yeah.
I took out, I got out of the bus, and he started toward the bus garage, and I went toward the van. And I never will forget this. This is funny right here. He turned around, he said, oh, he heard, hey, Dwight. I go, yeah. He said, you got license, don't you? And I go, yeah. I do. That was my orientation for bus driving right there.
Yeah. Okay, you did that for 41 years. And was there ever a time that you wanted to just throw your keys down and quit?
Plenty of times. Even did.
But they talked you into coming back. Yeah.
I was having a bunch of problems out of the kids one time, and a certain high school principal at the time, we was in his office and everything. I couldn't do a thing with those kids. And he said, well, Dwight, maybe you just need to seek another profession.
And you said, okay.
I said, okay, since you said that, it ain't happening.
You'll do it just to show him the difference.
That's one big reason why I drove 41 years.
Well, you know, used to, kids would get on the bus and your mama and daddy would say, if you get in trouble on the bus, you're going to get double trouble when you get home.
That's how it used to be, yeah.
Not that way anymore. But if you're lucky and you have a good bus route, if you're lucky and you don't have dangerous places to turn around, if you're lucky, ain't a whole lot of luck going with driving a bus. It's tough. It's hard. It's hard.
It's tough.
Well, I worry about...
I drove a bus pushing snow with the front bumper. One time, and in snow several times. It's because it was, school was in session, and just like that, it just fell. And they called us all in real quick, and we flew down there, but it was too late. The snow was already way high. It was that's about 1980, 87
well,
or something.
You know what
like.
I'm worrying about this winter? They're saying we're going to have some snow burst, is that what it's called?
Oh, gee.
That come just like this. Now, we probably won't get it in Cherokee County, but if you're in the mountains up here, when they holler, get to the school and get the kids, you've got to get to the school and get the kids.
Lord, yeah.
You've got to do it. Well, are they taking job applications now for bus drivers?
Yes,
are
they
they still short?
If you thought about driving a bus, go fill out an application. Go right out there and see them at the bus garage on Clear Creek. They're needing drivers, and it's way different now. It ain't like it was when I made $68 a month.
What?
Yeah, I drove I drove a half a route when I first started, but you get credit for that on your retirement. But I drove this guy drove the morning. It was actually his route, and he put me on in the evening. I drove every evening, and I made $68 a month.
Wow. Yeah. Things have changed a little bit. So if you're looking for a job, are they doing a hire-on bonus too? Some of the counties are and some aren't.
I don't know. I better not say. I don't know.
Yeah, some of the counties
but they
are and
might be.
some aren't.
Ask them.
But get out and get accomplished. You can do it. I have encouraged somebody to take the GED. She's working on her classes now. I'm so excited that I'm going to be able to announce that she has passed that GED. I know several people who have done it and done very, very well with it. It is a little bit intimidating, but you can study, you can take the course at the technical schools, and you can ace it. And then it makes you feel good. It just makes you feel good.
I feel humbled right now. I feel humbled. It's a humble show today. I'm very humbled.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to end today. We want to see, Aaron, can you go back to the Mountain Life song? Is there any way to just advance to it, and let's end with letting people hear it again? Because the Mountain Life song, we basically, I don't know how we're going to pull this off. We're going to have some magic in our making. But we have a new opening that's just in the works. It's not finished yet. We're just playing with it. But
I recommend the Mountain Life.
We want the Mountain Life to be part of it. Well, because the opening is only 29 seconds, it would take you a month of watching to ever get to hear the whole song.
Yeah, just take skits from it.
So we were going to try to use the Mountain Life in the opening. We're going to experiment with it. It's going to be a test, only a test. We don't know how it's going to work. We don't know if we're going to be able to pull it off, but we're going to try our best. Because I think that song is going to make y'all feel good. I think as winter approaches, you like winter because you get in the studio and work. Most people get depressed in the winter.
I don't know about this winter. I've worked all year long in the studio. I sent somebody a message the other day that said something like, 2023 shall be remembered as the year I sat in the corner.
It was me, yeah, and I laughed. I said, yeah, right. But we want you to hear this song again. We want you to understand that this truly is the mountain life that we are all blessed to live, that we are fortunate to know.
Listen to the words, folks. I wrote them.
He wrote them.
Yes.
After he told me, I can't write a song on demand.
I know. My aunt sometimes, little boo-boo, she'll look at me and go, you're making that up, aren't you?
No,
I'll be telling some big something. She'll say, you're making every bit of that up.
No,
and guess what? On this Mountain Life song, I made every bit of it up.
Every bit. Here we go, the Mountain Life.
But it's true.
Misty mountain, rainbow sky, a faraway look in your eye. Tell me, have you had enough? Traffic jams and city stuff. Don't you think it's time to go where black bears climb and waters flow? Hummingbirds out on the deck, propped up, and what the heck? You'll love how we live here in these mountains. Everything is gonna be alright, and we all wave hello here in these mountains. We sleep well at night. It's all right. The mountain life. Trip to LIJ and see the bright red Georgia clay, from Notley down to Carter's Lake. All the memories to make, so much here for all to see, a land that is so dear to me. Welcome home to all your dreams, hot rod Fords and mountain streams. Now you love how we live here in these mountains. Everything is gonna be alright. We all wave hello here in these mountains. Life is good, we sleep well at night, and it's all right. The mountain life, it's all right. The mountain life. Y'all come by and see us anytime you can.
Subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Cherie Martin Heart of the Home, Cherie Martin 2009, and you will get to hear lots of that music. We are going to feature that music. We're going to pump it into you, and you are going to love this new stuff. Thank you for joining us today, and don't forget, subscribe to YouTube. You'll get lots of him, lots and lots and lots of that music. See
Folks,
y'all
remember,
soon.
I started out with nothing, and I've still got every bit of it.
We'll see you again soon. Bye, y'all. Oh, Lordy.